popping in here really quick, right before the video, because right as I was about to upload this with my final edits to YouTube, an update came in about Elon Musk. So I had to throw it in here. It's at the end of the video, so be sure that you stay tuned until then. I also decided to add a little excerpt in the middle. You'll see it. I'll be dressed like this instead of the other outfit from the other video. And do me a favor, be sure you subscribe. You're going to get lots of good financial information here. And as always, I'm going to give you the truth. Here we go to the standard video. Hello and welcome back to Fearless Finances, where I try to take the fear out of your finances. Today we're going to take this out to a macro level. Part of taking the fear out of our finances is looking at our individual budget, our savings, how much we're spending on debt, a whole host of things that we might consider on the micro level. But here, we also need to take it out to the macro. Things that are affecting the economy, tax legislation, what's happening with Social Security, what might happen with our health care, things that the government is doing, things at the Federal Reserve, all of that can impact our finances as well. And today, we're chatting about Elon Musk. Now, normally, I wouldn't talk about Elon. I don't get involved in individual stock picks or some of those more micro business elements of our economy. But Elon found a way to get himself elevated to a government level. And as a result, at least right now, it seems like he might have some control over our budget and how the federal government in the United States runs. So I think it's worthwhile to look at who Elon is and what he might do. Well, we're going to end up surmising what he might do based on some facts. If you look at Elon today, he doesn't seem too open. He's got his arms crossed. He looks a little bit like he's going to be closed off from letting us know a little bit about him. Now his face, well, that looks kind of happy. He looks like he might actually enjoy this little discussion. So let's get to it. Now there's lots of directions we could go to find out a little bit about Elon. I've posted some of the research that I've done down in the description. Everything I'm about to tell you, even though it's going to be about my opinions around some of this, it's all based on factual research that either other people have done or that Elon has said himself. It's all down there in the description. In my mind, there's one story that tells it all. When I heard this story, it told me everything I needed to know about Mr. Elon Musk. We could take this discussion into the realm of how Elon treats his employees. And if you do some research on that, you find that most people don't think he treats them very well. Now, you might also think that that's okay. That's what strong, important business people need to do. They need to be really tough on people to get them moving and doing the right thing. Personally, I disagree with that. But you know what? We can have that disagreement of opinions. We could also take this to his takeover of Twitter and how he said he was all about getting facts into the public square, that he just wanted to make sure people got the truth. And what we found is Elon's X, used to be Twitter, is full of a lot of disinformation. And Elon is one of the posters and sharers of that disinformation. And X does very little to clean that up. Now, again, that's not my opinion. That's a fact. It's supported by the information in the description below. And like all of my videos, if you have other information, other facts that disprove anything that I've said here or add additional information to it, please provide it. I want to make sure people get the accurate information here. As much as we could also look at what's going on at Twitter or X, we could also look at what's happened at Tesla. And there's a lot of stuff there too. Layoffs, fights over who actually founded the company, hosts of information, but we're not going to get into that either. What I want to talk to you about is a special compensation package that Elon was offered in 2018. At that stage of the game, Elon was involved with a number of different companies, which he still is. But the board of directors at Tesla wanted Elon to focus on their profits and to get things rolling on a more productive scale at Tesla. So they offered him an enormous bonus package. This enormous bonus package gave Elon Musk more than 300 million stock options for Tesla. Now, you might be listening to that saying 300 million? That sounds like a lot. Well, it is. And this is also why, if you ever read anything about this bonus package or this compensation that he's to receive, the dollar amount might vary. Originally, when they struck this deal, it was about $56 billion, but because of the volatility in Tesla stock, it's now around $44 billion. But I digress. So, the board of directors wanted Elon Musk to focus in on getting things rolling at Tesla. So they offered him this deal, and they put it in front of the shareholders. The shareholders had to approve it. Now, there's some debate about how well the shareholders knew what was going on at the time and how much money this would be worth to Elon, and not even how much money it was worth to Elon, but how much it would cost Tesla. You see, when we have to roll out all of this extra stock options to one person, and use it as the form of their compensation, it also means we don't get to sell it in the marketplace and collect those dollars inside the company, which also means that those dollars then don't get to go to employees or existing shareholders. So the shareholders claim when they voted on this, they weren't real clear on it. When it came time to give Elon this compensation package, which I'll say he earned. He met the standards that were part of this compensation agreement, so he earned it. When it came time to pay it out, some of the shareholders were like, oh, no. We did not know it was going to be that much money. We did not fully understand this when we voted on it. So they took it to court. And you know what? A judge agreed in January 2024. Then there were some other things going on with the board and Elon. Kind of twisted that arm behind their back. And they ended up voting to give it to him. But as far as I know today, which is November 2024, the judge has not yet decided if that arm twisting was legal or not. This is why I believe this story tells us everything we need to know about Elon. And if he's involved with the federal government, how much he's really going to help the average American. You see, Elon right now today is the richest person in the world. Here's the list from Forbes as of December 2nd, 2024. These are the top 4 richest people in the United States and really the world. And as you can see, Elon Musk is right up there with more than $300 billion. Please don't get me wrong. I think Elon Musk deserves a good benefit package. And as I understand it from all this research that I've done about this Tesla bonus, he hasn't received any compensation since they struck this arrangement. He was either going to hit his targets and earn this, or he was going to get paid nothing. In that measure, I think it's fair. That's how things should work. He met the targets. He should be compensated. This is my concern. How much money does this man need? And he's fighting about it. And he's saying, I deserve this money? Really? Really, Mr. Musk? You deserve that much money? And I'd like you to consider it from this perspective. When is enough enough? This is that little excerpt I thought I'd throw in the middle. What you're about to hear in the middle of my rant, to some of you who might lean more to the right, and I don't know, maybe your right is over here. It's hard with this whole video stuff. But those of you who lean to the right, whichever side of that is, you tend to be a little bit more conservative. What you're going to hear in this little rant to you is going to sound a little bit like socialism. Now, personally, I don't think socialism is all that bad. I mean, it gives us public education, it gives us roads, it gives us lots of things. But I, like you, used to lean more on the conservative side too. So I get it. And there's nothing wrong with conservative ideas. I think MAGA might have taken it a little too far. I'm going to leave it like that. But conservative ideas in the Republican Party is a very important thing in our politics. We need it to balance things out. So before you get to the little rant that you might consider socialism, I want to say this. My real concern with Elon Musk's bonus package, and really bigger than that, the fact that he thinks he's entitled to that big of a bonus package, my real concern with that is all the workers at Tesla who helped create all of this. They're the people who deserve some of this compensation, a bigger chunk of the pie. And if you're a worker out there, and chances are you are, or you have friends or children or grandchildren who are workers out there, they deserve a bigger piece of the pie. That's what this is all about. And when I say that's what this is all about, all the disgruntled American voters who voted for Trump to try to get something different. What I believe we all ultimately want is to feel valued and compensated adequately for it, and to have our government work for us instead of against us. That's what I'm thinking. And you know what? I'd vote for that too. On a side note, Tesla has never issued dividends to their investors. Dividends is like an interest payment that you might get on a stock. Certainly we benefit from the increased value in the stock, right? But we also benefit as investors from dividends. Dividends is a share of the profits. Tesla does not issue dividends. The proof of that in the description. What they could do with some of this bonus package from Elon is give it to the investors. I don't know about you, but I got some Tesla in my portfolio. I'd like a little of that profit. If we give it to the workers and the investors, it gets into our economy and it helps the economy grow. It gives us dollars to spend and it goes back into those companies. It's all good that way. Now, back to the regular programming. When did the people on this list start to look around and realize they didn't get any of this? If it wasn't for the public roads that exist in this nation, the schools that educate people, the healthcare system that keeps the working populace healthy so they can make the goods and deliver them around, when are the people on this list going to realize that you and I contribute to this whole system too, and we might deserve a piece of the pie? And this is my other thought. We just went through a major election, a big presidential election. And as I understand it, the 70-so million people who voted for Donald Trump are kind of upset that they haven't been treated well, that they haven't gotten a fair shake out of this system. Heck, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But if you think for 3 seconds that Mr. Elon Musk or the other bunch of billionaires that Trump is bringing in there are going to help you, well, I have some major concerns about that. So, if you think you benefited by this information and this discussion, please subscribe. I'm going to be here making sure you get the facts. Thank you so much for hanging out till the end. I've got the update for you. The Delaware judge decided that her original ruling will stand and that Elon Musk is not going to receive, at least at this time, the 300 million shares of Tesla stock. Well, stock options. Right now, because he is so involved with Trump's administration, Tesla stock has gone up. The package is now worth $100 billion, a third of all of his wealth. Oh, and I wish I almost looked at the Forbes list to see where people at $100 billion are. But I'm kind of figuring they're in the top 10. Just 100 billion gets you in the top 10 of billionaires. The judge ruled that the Tesla board is not sufficiently independent. You see, some of Elon Musk's relatives and other people that he knows are part of that board that kind of decides all this. She also decided that the shareholders had not been properly informed. I've linked this article down in the description. Make sure you subscribe. I'd love to see you back here. I've got a lot of good things to talk about. In fact, some of the comments on this video sparked some ideas of financial things that we should discuss. So make sure you subscribe and like this video so I can see you back here. Be fearless and have fun. Talk to you later.